am making my lotion that I use for Opal and I. So I just thought I'd come on here and show you how to do it. So I already melted my shea butter and coconut oil. It's a ½ cup of each. And then I'm going to do another ½ cup of olive oil. In the summer, I will usually do grapeseed oil because that's really good to help protect your skin against UV rays. But olive oil is really, really good. Well, and grapeseed helps with moisture too, but olive oil is more moisture giving. So that's why I opted to do that this time instead. And then I'm going to do 30 drops of orange. This is what I usually use for Opal as well before she goes to sleep. And orange is really good for that, for like happy dreams and all of that. And then I'm also going to do 30 drops of cedar wood. So let's see if I can do both. No. So this is a pretty simple and cost-effective recipe. You can buy a whole pound of shea butter for I think $10 of organic shea butter. And then both of these oils are very cost-effective as well. I don't remember the exact prices off the top of my head for 15 milliliters. But they're both great for sleep support, and cedarwood even helps you produce more melatonin. It helps tighten up your skin. It's just great to have in your lotions and things like that. And sometimes I'll also add in lavender or frankincense, just whatever oils I want to add that particular time. Okay, and then I'm going to blend this for a second. So if you can see, let me see how to flip this. Okay, so right now it's like very like liquidy looking. So I'm going to blend it, or whisk it, I guess. Where I couldn't figure out why the shea butter wasn't getting solid, it's because I forgot I usually put it in the freezer for a few minutes. So the liquid, the melted shea butter was still warm, and that's why it wasn't solidifying. So I don't have a double broiler. I just put my shea butter into a glass bowl like this, and then I boil water in a pot and pour it into like a casserole dish, and then set this in there. And that's how I've been melting my shea butter. In the summer, because we live in Arizona, I just put it outside. The other thing I'm gonna make is I usually pre-make a like a coffee flavoring, I guess. It's not really creamer because it doesn't have milk in it, but it's perfect if you're trying to go dairy free, and a lot of people don't really like the consistency of coconut milk or anything like that, so it's not frothy like when you put milk in it, but it still adds a really nice flavor. So I didn't want this video to be too long, so I already filled it halfway with vanilla extract. And then I'm going to take ginger and do about 20 drops of ginger, if it will come out. For me, a big reason why I started with Young Living is that the oils have a seed to seal promise. So I've used oils for a really long time before I switched to Young Living, and I didn't realize that the FDA only requires 5% of the natural oil in order to consider it 100% pure essential oil. So make sure that you're definitely doing the research on whatever oils you use. Like, cheap is not always best. And then 20 drops of nutmeg. Like, honestly, I would just use whatever oils I found online for the cheapest. And now I can see that that probably had just as much repercussions as like anything else that is not natural going on our bodies. And then 20 drops of clove. So yeah, I definitely learned my lesson that way. And when I even switched to Young Living, I tried to compare those oils with the other oils I had as far as the smell, the effects, even the concentration when I would pour them out onto a like clean surface. And like the difference was extremely noticeable. So that was important to me about why I switched. And then also Young Living has their distilleries open for the public. I don't know if they do right now with COVID and everything, but that was also something that I found intriguing that so many people don't. Even if you look at the prices of what different companies pay for their pest control is like crazy when you think about the cost of when you do something naturally versus just like spray down the whole field with chemicals that are not good for our body. And Young Living pays a very good chunk of money to make sure that they're able to keep their oils organic. Another thing that I love about them is that oh sorry, I forgot to say what this oil is. So then I always put in orange too. I just love the extra little flavor it gives it. And I'm going to do 20 of that as well. Okay. And this is just an old oil bottle that I have since set in Epsom salt and made a Epsom salt bath out of, and then boiled it in hot water. And now it's ready to be reused. So then now whenever I make my coffee at home, I just put like 1 to 2 drops of this in, and you've got great flavoring. Another thing I am wanting to make for you guys right now is this is my Epsom salt jar. So anytime one of my essential oil bottles runs out, I just stick it in here, and the Epsom salt absorbs all the extra oil. And this one, I can tell you already that all I had in this one was Christmas spirit, and it literally just smells like Christmas. So I'm just going to put a couple spoonfuls of that into this bowl. And then some of these safflower petals. And I'm going to make a little bath salt jar. So you don't really need too much. I'm sorry, you can't really see it from the angle of the camera. Let me see. So just pour those in there and stir them around. Just makes it like kind of prettier. And then I have an old seasoning jar that I just basically boiled in water also once it was empty. And I'm gonna pour the Epsom salt and flowers into here. And then it's perfect to just shake. You can either use the shaker part, or you could also take that off and just use it like an open jar. And I usually try to put, whenever my oil jars run out, I put them in a basket, and then I will put them in one at a time into my Epsom salt jar for like at least 48 hours. And then it's nice that way because then each batch is unique. Like, so for example, if I ran out of lavender and only put lavender in the Epsom salt, then I know that that Epsom salt is perfect for like opal before bed to take a bath. And then this Christmas spirit one is like perfect for me to just feel all holiday-ish. So there you go. Now you have this pretty little bath salt jar, and you can just take this off and pour it out. And okay, let's see if our lotion is ready, oops, to be blended. So it looks like it's starting to thicken up a little bit more. I'll show you. So you can see it's a little bit thicker. And we'll just blend it. Okay, again, this will still take like 5 minutes, so I'm going to hop out of here and I'll show you the finished product. Thank you for watching.